How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we have more tips and tricks for you guys in the form of an style video where I'll probably ramble on for 20 minutes, but it's fine. Today I do have some interesting tips for you guys, just some stuff from around the actual game, nothing specific on like areas and zones and stuff, not just PVM, not just like skilling or just anything really. You guys seem to be loving these videos lately. I've done quite a few of them, but every single video gets comments saying more of these, bring more of these out, get more of this stuff out. I'm learning loads from it, and I love to hear that you guys are learning loads. So that's absolutely amazing. If you enjoy this video, if anything helps you out, leave a like on it, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Not going to waste more of your time. Intros are getting so much better. Let's get going, shall we? Alright, so the first tip after that weird intro is going to be coming here to the max guild. If you aren't a max player, this one isn't as useful for you, but maybe it will still give you a good reason to maybe strive for getting max. I don't know, maybe it will, but either way, this is basically going to be for the people that are wanting to get into PVM. Maybe you've just maxed and you haven't quite got into PVM yet. This boss portal here, you may think is kind of useless. It's redundant now that we have War's Retreat, right? You can go to War's Retreat. There's 3 boss portals there. You've got one for the Reaper, you've got one for the newer boss. There's 4. One for the Reaper, one for the newer boss, and then 2 for just whatever you want it to be, right? But the only issue with that is you have to have a kill count to go through that portal. However, if you look at this one, you can retune this portal just the same as you can in War's Retreat, except you can actually go to anywhere that you don't even have a kill count at. So for example, let me just find something in here that I know I don't have a kill count at. I don't have a kill count at the first boss here. I would not be able to retune this in War's Retreat to that. Of course, there's the new boss portal there, but here I can definitely do that. Now, the reason that you can do that here is because the max portal does not require a kill count to actually go through and kill a boss. Let's see if I can find a different example, because that one's a little bit crap. So I've never done the fight kiln before. So let's just go to War's Retreat and I'll show you exactly what I mean. So if I try and retune this to the fight kiln, it does not let me. I cannot do it. You require 1 kill of this boss to direct the portal to its location. But if I go back to the max guild and try and retune this portal to the fight kiln, it lets me do it, and it takes me straight there. So for anyone who's getting into PVM and you have max but you haven't gone through, this is a super useful thing to get you your first kills. Obviously, War's Retreat is going to be better eventually because you do have adrenaline crystals, but being able to come through here and not have to travel to certain places like Raksha, for example, for the first time, this is definitely something you can do. So our second tip is actually in the max guild again, but you don't need to be maxed to access this. You just need access to Prif, I believe. You can come straight in here and you can access the garden. This is all you need. You don't need to get through this door. So these 2 portals here, a lot of people do not use them because a lot of people don't realize how useful they are. And I was one of those people until about last week. I put up a video and people were just saying to me, "Are you stupid? Just use the max guild garden portal." And I was like, okay. So I had a look. Now you can see here that on the left, I have it attuned to the Invention Guild, and the one on the right is set to the Deep Sea Fishing Hub. But there's a lot of stuff on here that you can actually set these to. Now, you can set these to a hell of a lot of things that are a little bit awkward to get to normally, so it will save you a lot of time. But not only that, if you have a Grace of the Elves, you can actually use these 2 portals directly from that. You would right-click the Grace of the Elves and click Max Garden Portal, and then it'll bring up the 2 options that you have actually set. And you can teleport directly there without even having to come to the Max Guild. You do not need to come here. You can literally just use this straight away. This is super convenient for myself, having it set to these 2, because I like to come and make sure I get my Traveling Merchant all the time. Rather than using a skills necklace and going to the Fishing Guild, traveling here, running all the way across, it just saves a couple of minutes. And then, of course, the Invention Guild is definitely one that is super convenient. I like to check my alchemizer a lot, and other than having to travel straight to Falador every time I come here to make perks or to check my alchemizer, I can just use the Grace of the Elves now, and I can come in here and I can check exactly how much money I have in here sat waiting for me. Nice 32 mil. So thank you to everyone who commented this on the last video and made me very aware of this. It's super useful and I really appreciate it. Okay, so far all of the tips have been for the max guild area. This is one that will actually help the people who don't have access to that, but you still want to do some PVM. So, like I said earlier, this is kind of relevant actually to the first tip, but at the same time, it's slightly different. If you don't have the kill count to access a boss, you can actually use the grouping system to get there. So, for example, if you didn't have access to Raksha, what you can do is you can click on this little community tab here, come to your grouping system, and create a new group. Once you've created the new group, just make sure you are looking for the right boss in here. Where is Raksha? Okay, boss fights at the bottom. You'd think I'd know this. Look for Raksha. There it is. And then you just want to click that, click View Selected, Update Group. And then as soon as that is done, untick the matchmaking thing and press Ready. Now, as soon as it is ready, it will say your group is ready. Use the button below to teleport group members. Now, if you do not have the first kill count, you don't have access to the War's Retreat portal, you can press this, press complete group, and teleport all group members. This will take you directly outside of the Rapture instance, immediately outside. If you do not use this, the travel here is absolutely ridiculous. You have to walk all the way through, or you could use a Slayer Cape, for example, but you would have to walk all the way through the Anachronia lands from here, if you have the lodestone active, and I believe it's like all the way down here, around here, all the way over here, across here, over that little bridge, up there, around here, up there to where Rapture is. That's where Rapture is, there, in there. So you'd have to walk a hell of a long way. And if you died, you didn't get your first kill count, you would have to then walk it again. You don't want to have to do this. You want to be able to use the group thing. And this will work for any boss that the group size is set to 1 as a minimum. If it is set to more, you can definitely get friends to help you get there. But otherwise, you can definitely do this, and it makes your life a lot easier for certain bosses. Alright, so this isn't one that's necessarily in-game, but as you can see here, I do have my Discord open. The reason I have this open is because there is a price checker in this Discord, and in probably most actual Discords for RuneScape these days, or you could have the Sutibot Discord itself, which is where this price checker is from. You can come in here and you can type .pc and then space and put in any item that you want, as long as it's something that's like valuable and not just any random generic thing like feathers and stuff. And you can drop that in here and it will tell you exactly what you want to actually look for the price for. So for example, you can see here Moore has put .pc bic. He's going up for the price with the scripture of Bic and the manuscript of Bic. And this shows recent trades and it's confirmed trades. So for example, this person here has put PC scripture of Bic, which is a little bit more specific. And it's come up here with the latest trades, and it said an insta-sell for 515, an insta-sell for 530, insta-sell for 455, and then a not insta-sell for 498. So you can sort of see how people are trading this. And there has to be proof and it has to be confirmed for this price to actually be updated on here, I do believe. So this is probably the most accurate way to get prices for stuff. For example, the new boss is already on here and it was on here very, very quick. As soon as there was any sales, this was starting to be updated. And you can see here, the full Crypt Bloom armor is on here as a price. You can definitely check that. And if you look for it individually, you would then be able to get an individual price on that, and you'll be able to sort of figure out where the price is sitting, so you're not overpaying or underselling stuff, and you can keep your profits pretty damn good. Like I say, a lot of the stuff is on here, all the tier 95s, all the armors, all tier 90s, any basically PVM stuff that you're going to look for upgrades. You've got your Cinderbane gloves here as well. This is a really useful tool for a lot of people. For everyone, pretty much. Anyone who's wondering how much to be paying for stuff, how much they need to be able to work towards a goal, if you're setting yourself up to maybe get some Essence of Finality or something like that, you can work on doing that and you know exactly how much you're going to need to pay. This is a super useful tool. I must use it at least 10 or 20 times a day, maybe not quite that much, but I use it a lot. I use it every single day. There's a link to my Discord in the description below. Jump in that and you can access this price checker just here on the left under RuneScape, and then price checker. Okay, so this next tip is going to be useful for you people just like me who really don't like doing quests, or you just haven't done as many as you probably should have. So there's a quest in the game called As a First Resort, and that will allow you to decant flasks and to decant vials of flasks and all that sort of stuff. You can see here, if I go to War's Retreat for decant, I get decant vials and I can do flasks to vials, but I can't do convert vials to flasks and I can't do decant flasks. To be able to do this, you would normally have to do as a first resort, right? But if you actually go to the Grand Exchange, the decant option in here will actually allow you to decant your flasks without that quest done. I have not done this quest, but I can still decant my flasks here. I can't convert the vials to flasks, but I can convert the flasks to vials. So it's something that is pretty useful to know, because a lot of the time you're going to end up with stuff like this where your flasks are just sort of all stacked up, and it's probably going to end up building up quite a bit. And not knowing that you can decant your flasks, you may just build these up and just leave them for a long time and just buy more. But you can definitely just come to the Grand Exchange, decant your flasks for you, and just add them back to your normal stock. This is something that's useful to know, especially since people who haven't done the quest will probably be looking at War's Retreat thinking, oh, I wish I could decant flasks. Well, you can. Alright, so for our final tip, this is one that I actually have mentioned in the past, so some of you may recognize this, but I mentioned it in a little bit of a rubbish way. I said that you could just drag these down here and you could drag them onto the action bar, and then you can use the keybind to actually toggle them on and off, and it definitely would help out, especially for me, to be honest. I should definitely be doing this, with actually remembering to turn things off, like your god books and your grimoire, stuff like that. But what you can actually do is, if I put away everything that I'm wearing, just to make a point of this, as you can see, it is keybound to my pocket slot, which means you can just drag this off. You can just drag the actual pocket slot icon off, and you can drag that straight onto your actual action bar. And then whatever thing you put in your pocket, it will automatically swap to this. So if you look down here, you'll see, if I chuck on my Saradomin God Book, that instantly goes down there. If I change that to my grimoire, it becomes my grimoire, and so on. So you can do the scripture of jazz, all that sort of stuff. But the same goes for scrimshaws as well. So it is a super useful thing to know, and it just means that it's more convenient for yourself. But this is definitely something I need to start doing, because the amount of times that I forget to turn my grimoire off, I'm sure some of you know, it is definitely probably going to be a lot of the money saving. But the only issue I have is, where the frick would I put it? All my keybinds are taken, every single one of them. Jagex, please. Add more action bars. I just want a nice little action bar line down here on the left hand side or something. That'd just be nice. Just for my pockets, a lot of stuff, my potions, just separate all that stuff. Yeah. Anyway, guys, that was our last tip, so I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Thank you to my channel members for the extra support. I really do appreciate it. Your names will be on screen now, as always. If you guys are enjoying these tips and tricks videos, leave some down below. And what I'll do for the next one is I will use your tips, any that I've not done already. I'll use yours and I'll put your comments in. I'll use your names and stuff as well if you want me to. If you don't, then just say that you don't want me to. That's absolutely fine. Otherwise, guys, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you all in the next one. See you later, guys. Bye.